the challenge for women is, and I want to point this out, a little subtlety here, is if your estrogen levels are low, then a man doing things for you really doesn't make you feel that good. You have memories of when a man does something for you, it feels good, but then he actually does it. Estrogen allows you to appreciate his gestures and what he does provide for you. And what allows you to, so I have a real wonderful metaphor to understand that concept. And then that motivates a woman to recognize, what can I do to raise my estrogen levels? But in Men Are From Mars, I write about little things make a big difference. And men don't understand this. Man thinks bigger is better. And yeah, a few bigger is better is a good thing, but it doesn't produce a lot of estrogen. If you have normal estrogen levels and you're a woman, and I bring you 50 roses as a gift of my affection and love, you'll get a big surge of estrogen and you'll go from feeling happy to happier. And that's what romance does. So I can give you 50 roses, or I can give you one rose and it will have the same hormonal reaction. It's like, the rose, how sweet. Okay, that's very sweet of you. Maybe 50 creates a little extra bump for some, but bottom line, if you're happy and your estrogen levels are at a happy level, a man does a little more, you get a big response, or he does a big more, you still get the little response. If you have low estrogen, he can give you 50 roses and it's or he can give you one rose and it's So what I teach men is you got to do lots of little things to build that estrogen up where she can really appreciate you. And what you were doing, and what you beautifully expressed, is taking responsibility as a woman to soften and to intentionally look at ways to express my appreciation. Because if you express appreciation, estrogen also increases. It's like there's a little game that we played. We did a little process in our relationship, and it's really, really helpful. And recently I found out one of my daughters just naturally did it with her partner for 10 years, because I was just mentioning I'm teaching this new exercise that I used to do with Bonnie. And it's where you say to your partner, first of all, you set it up. If you're a woman, you say to the man, and this is not a dating skill, but more of a relationship skill, but it's still, that concept applies. Do you love me? She says to him, and he always says, yes. And you say, how much do you love me? And he says, with all my heart. And she says, tell me why you love me. And it forces a man, you're playing a game, he has to get in touch with how to articulate his feelings. Because if you don't use language to articulate your feelings, they cannot increase. They cannot be felt. You can only feel from the prefrontal cortex what you feel in your emotional reactions, but you come from the prefrontal cortex. So, you feel I like someone. Why do you like me? And why else do you like me? Well, it's obvious, don't you know? Of course I know. But it's fun to hear. It feels good to hear. And it actually stimulates estrogen to hear. And that's why for women who are independent and you're dating, where you may not yet be at a point where you can say, why do you like me? And be playful about it. But you should certainly be at that place long before you have sex with somebody. Just want to point that out. Some people just like have a date together, talk, and then go off and have sex. Whoa, long before that, you should be able to articulate why I like you and maybe why I'm turned on to you and why I'm affectionate with you. And see, words is a way of connecting, and it's a way that takes us away from being animals. If a man has sex with you from the animal side of him alone, he'll not be interested in you later. And you will feel a sense of emptiness and depletion because you were not seen and heard, and there wasn't an affection and a genuine warmth. So what I'm saying there is these are fun games you can play, which is, well, why do you like me? But long before that is, why do you like doing this? Maybe it's something you like to do. This is where you're not pointing out differences in a dating experience, but where you're pointing out similarities, which is, why do you like this? And give me 5 reasons you like that, and be playful with it and say, well, and then you get 5 reasons. So it's a back and forth.